What legacy does Michelle leave?
Oh gosh, beautiful family. Anyone who's knows her, oh gosh, she just touched everyone.
Michelle O'Connor was in her late 40s when her heart started to fail. A primary school teacher and a devoted mother of 3. She was born with a genetic heart condition, as were several members of her family. But several of them had received heart transplants in Sydney. Michelle never received the same. At the age of 51, she died in the Prince Charles Hospital ICU unit in Brisbane.
My name's Brian O'Connor, and I lost my wife, Michelle O'Connor, in March 2024. She was on the heart transplant list at Prince Charles Hospital. Michelle passed away after she had a cardiac arrest, basically heart failure, where she'd been on the transplant list register for 3 years, nearly 3 years, and her heart couldn't wait any longer. I know very little about what was going on at Prince Charles Hospital while they were taking care of Michelle. September 23, we were in Brisbane, and Michelle had gone into AFib where her heart was out of rhythm, and we rang the transplant unit to say we're in Brisbane and what do we do? And we were instructed to attend the emergency department at Prince Charles. When we got to Prince Charles, basically it was like we could have gone to any other hospital in Brisbane. We were treated like no differently. There was nothing, no information being passed down to ED about Michelle being on the transplant. It was a bit like a war zone. Tradies, injured tradies and sick children, and I was just amazed at how many people were unwell and were in just public access places within that emergency area. Michelle's infections, the first one she had was during December 23. She was going through a process called plasmapheresis, where they were trying to reduce the volume of antibodies in her blood system. I got a phone call one evening that she had picked up an infection from this process, and it sounds like it was from the machine, the way it was described to me, and she'd gone into like a toxic shock, and they were able to get her stable and stop the process and get her back. We inquired about how the infection occurred, and we were told that the samples from the equipment were compromised, and we got nothing more than that the equipment was cleaned, but we don't understand what the compromise was.
That hospital has been subject to a recent critical report, and Michelle's story raises a number of questions that go to the heart of what appear to be patient failures and serious dysfunction.
Yeah, the fungal infections were raised in September, October 2023, and I believe there were 2 transplant patients that passed away as a result of it, and we were always wanting to make sure that we got some answers at some point, and we're still yet to get those answers. I've also put in for requests for information directly to the hospital, and had heavily redacted reports, and appealed that, and I am still waiting on an outcome of more information around those fungal and what recommendations were made.